Yeah, so properties of matter, actually, I would say it's a relatively easier topic. It's going to be easier than what we're going to look at now because there wasn't a lot of depth. You have a lot of different concepts. It's like you skip viscosity, it's not going to affect Young's modulus, or you skip Young's modulus, it won't affect surface tension. So you have a lot of different concepts. Often questions are, I mean, the difficulty of the questions are very easy. I mean, I would say the main challenge could lie in figuring out tension. So in Young's modulus. So yes, Samyak, yes, Samyak. Sorry, not sure how to pronounce it, but yes. Where was I? So in general, properties of matter is easy. If you did the HCV and you feel you've gotten a good grasp of it, you can that's it. I mean, you can stop at the HCV. You can maybe spend more time on something you find difficult. But if you feel कि अरे HCV करने के बाद भी I'm a little shaky, and if you feel your TWT didn't go well and you feel you're still a little shaky, then I would suggest maybe try. If you're sure you remember all the questions in the HCV, then I would say okay, then maybe move on to your booklet and try that as well. But honestly, since you guys have a lot to do, I can imagine there are 3 subjects with 2 tracks in each subject, and you're attending colleges, school as well. So don't be under this mental impression कि हर chapter मुझे 2 जगह से करना है, 3 chapters done from my side. नहीं. You feel you've understood the concepts, you've understood the derivations, if there were any, and you feel you've understood the basic concept, and you're ready to solve good questions as a challenge on your own, then you can move on to the next chapter. Or confidence के लिए, और अगर you think you're not yet sure that you can solve properties of matter के good questions, then you can work on solving it from the booklet as well. Yes, so SHM comes under mechanics. Okay, it's closely related to another section of physics called as waves. So sometimes some textbooks put SHM under waves. Okay? Either way, I think we'll categorize it as a part of mechanics. When you do waves, you'll see why some people would tend to put it under waves as a category, because they're very that builds off this idea. So it's a very pivotal chapter. If you understand this, yes, Akansha, yes. If you understand this, you will, in a way, it'll help you understand waves as well. Okay. All right. Any old concept required for this chapter? जब जरूरत पड़ेगा तब वैसे तो सब कुछ required होता ही है. As we go through this, we'll see what you don't remember. Maybe that we'll have to revise. Okay. Vaishnav, I'm not sure I understood what you're saying. And Prithvi, you may, yeah, you may. But I would say start working on your backlog now itself. Okay? If you have time. है ना? Backlog. Please, मतलब एक chapter 2-3 बुक से करने के जगह अगर backlog है, please clear that. एक chapter एक book से कर लो, है ना? It's better to be able to solve, to like a decent level from every chapter, than only being able to solve good questions from a few chapters and absolutely having no idea about the other chapters. So backlogs है तो I would say prioritize backlogs if you have done the HCV. Okay. Okay, Vaishnav, I think I forgot that point. So let's, I don't remember. Let's skip that point. Okay, simple harmonic motion. So this is the name of the chapter. I've already uploaded it in your drive as under the heading SHM. SHM is short for simple harmonic motion. And this is going to link, this is going to be like, so it's a part of mechanics, but it's going to relate to chapters like waves, and then from waves, sound, etc. So in that way, it's a pivotal chapter. Okay, so let's get started. So I have a bunch of definitions on this page, which I want you to write down, and I want you to remember these definitions clearly. Yes, Parth, later on, we'll have that as well. So I want you to remember these definitions clearly. So The first definition is oscillation. Okay, simple word, an English word, you may know what it means already. Oscillation means if a body moves to and fro on the same path, it is said to perform oscillations. Okay? Oscillation मतलब आगे पीछे जाना. Oscillation मतलब आगे पीछे जाना. Simple. ठीक है? If a body moves to and fro, आगे पीछे जाता है, कोई भी path के along, it is said to perform oscillations along that path. Okay. The next one is harmonic motion. Okay. So harmonic motion is also called as periodic motion. So periodic motion is an alternate name, and वो alternate name देखते ही I think you can now understand what harmonic motion means. So harmonic means, in a sense, it means periodic. So when a body repeats its motion after regular intervals of time, we say that it is performing harmonic or periodic motion. Okay, you've learned functions in maths, you know what periodic functions are. वही फंडा है. जब motion periodic होगा, जब motion regular time intervals बाद ditto as it is repeat करेगा, position, velocity, acceleration, है ना, they repeat after fixed intervals of time, regular intervals of time. It's called as periodic motion or harmonic motion. All well and good. In a way, Vaishnav, light waves will technically come under linear SHM, but that's for much later. Okay, when you really understand what goes on in light waves, you'll understand why it is a linear SHM. But for that, we'll have to first learn what an SHM is and understand that. We'll have to learn what a wave is, and then we'll understand light waves. Okay, so linear SHM ka definition, linear simple harmonic motion ka definition. Okay. Now, as the name suggests, this is a special type of harmonic motion. Okay, नाम में ही harmonic motion है, so this is a special case, a special type of harmonic motion. Let's see what I've written. So it's a special type of oscillation, is what I've written. Okay, it's also a special type of oscillation in which the particle, yes, Gaurav, in which the particle oscillates on a straight line. It's a special type of oscillation in which the particle oscillates on a straight line. मतलब यहाँ से क्या समझ में आ रहा है? एक line के along आगे पीछे move करना चाहिए. So particle oscillates along a straight line. Okay. Then what else? The acceleration of the particle is always directed towards a fixed point on the line. समझ में आ रहा है? मतलब it's एक line के along आगे पीछे जा रहा है, but at any instant particle का acceleration always, मतलब at every instant particle का acceleration एक fixed point. Okay. All this comes later. I'm just scribbling. एक fixed point की तरफ directed होना चाहिए particle का acceleration. इधर है तो उस तरफ, left में है तो उस point की तरफ, right की तरफ acceleration होगा. और अगर particle उस point के right में है तो acceleration left की तरफ, उस point की तरफ होगा. So the acceleration is always going to be towards a fixed point. Where? On the line. Okay. So what I've highlighted in yellow is what I would expect you to underline in your book. And its magnitude is proportional to, its magnitude, मतलब acceleration का magnitude is proportional to the distance of the particle from that point. Now we'll mathematically break down the definition later. Okay, but what is the last line saying? Acceleration is proportional to distance from that fixed point. मतलब इस point से जितना दूर होगा उतना desperate वो particle होना चाहिए वापस आने के लिए. तो वो fixed point से जितना दूर होगा उतना ज्यादा उसका acceleration towards that fixed point होगा. And this should be true for every single instant. In that case, it will be called as a, Aditya, we'll find out. Let's find out if that actually is in a way correct. Yes. Yeah. But because of the air resistance, it won't be. But yeah, in an ideal world, that's correct. So we'll see what kind of motions come under this. But definition clear hai, highlight the underline those highlighted lines. Okay, those highlighted phrases over here, underline them in your book. Oscillates on a straight line. The acceleration is always directed towards a fixed point on the line. Magnitude is proportional to distance of the particles from that point. अब ये क्यों underline करवा रहा हूँ ये सब, ऐसा नहीं कि कोई एग्जाम में पूछेगा please write the definition, but what will happen is they'll give you examples of different kinds of motion, and Gaurav will be seeing that. They'll give you examples of different kinds of motion, and they'll ask you to say whether that kind of motion is simple harmonic, or whether it's just harmonic, or whether it's an oscillation, whether it's all three. Okay? They'll ask you to categorize it under these three categories. Okay? All right. Aman, it's up to you. I mean, I'm just saying, this wherever, even if you don't write these notes, just make sure these points are in your head. Okay? Ultimately, they have to be in your head, whether you physically underline or not. These points have to be in your head. Okay, so with this, if you're done with this page, I'm going to give you some examples. Okay, I'll wait. Sorry. Let me know when you're done. Okay. I'm just concealing the answers on the following pages. Okay, so your first question, classify the following as, we'll just go to the top. Classify the following as oscillations, HM or SHM. Okay, so just read the question. Don't look at what I've scribbled below that. Classify the following as oscillations, HM or SHM. And the question is, the ball is dropped onto a horizontal elastic floor. Okay, and I don't know if you've learned probability yet. Have you learned sets, and do you know what mutually exclusive means? No, you've not learned. Okay. So these are not mutually exclusive. These sets can overlap. I'm not saying choose between oscillation, HM or SHM. For all three of them, answer oscillation होगा या नहीं, HM होगा या नहीं, SHM होगा या नहीं. Okay. ऐसा नहीं कि तीन में से एक ही होना चाहिए, दो हो सकता है, तीनों भी हो सकता है, तीनों नहीं भी हो सकता है. So think and see. A ball is dropped onto a horizontal elastic floor. Revise the definitions. Okay, we'll find out. Previous page for a second, yeah, sure. Oscillation and harmonic का बहुत simple definition है. Linear SHM is the tricky one. Linear SHM has a lot of conditions. Tricky नहीं है, conditions बहुत सारे हैं. All right, so everyone has had a, okay, let's see. ठीक है, let's figure out. So I think everyone is done thinking. Lot of answers have come in, so I'll not be able to individually call out किसके सही है, किसके गलत है. But let's see if this is what you did. Is it an oscillation? Definitely looks like an oscillation. है ना, particle bounce हो रहा है, ऊपर नीचे आगे पीछे जा रहा है ना, vertically आगे पीछे जा रहा है, तो definitely an oscillation. No problem there. It's an oscillation for sure. Is it harmonic? So harmonic के लिए we'll have to think, does it repeat its motion? regularly? And the answer is yes, because just revise your kinematics. Nahi, E is 1. Elastic floor it will never stop. If E was not 1, if it wasn't elastic, then I wouldn't call it harmonic, because then it doesn't keep bouncing back to the same height. If it wasn't an elastic floor, it wouldn't bounce back to the same height. It wouldn't be periodic motion. Okay, it'll be different each bounce. But this is perfectly elastic. Okay, and yes, so it's perfectly elastic. It bounces back to the same height, and it also takes the same time. गिरने के लिए नहीं, पीरियोडिक के लिए तुम्हें बस देखना है, ये तो E इक्वल, ये तो एक ही एग्जांपल हो गया इस सिनेरियो में. यस, E इक्वल टू 1 है तो हार्मोनिक होगा, बट है ना, हार्मोनिक इज अ ब्रॉडर कांसेप्ट. सो द बेसिक आइडिया इज, डज इट रिपीट इटसेल्फ रेगुलरली, वो देखना पड़ेगा. सो वी नो कि गिरने के लिए √2h/g टाइम लेता है, उठने के लिए वापस √2h/g टाइम लेता है. नाउ इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ दैट, एवरी 2 into √2h/g seconds, it's back at the top. So every time its motion is going to repeat itself, it's going to take the same time to keep coming back to the top. All right. Very nice, Ayush. Very nice. That was right. Okay. If E was not 1, yeah, if E was not 1, it would simply not be harmonic, because it would never repeat. Same height tak jata hi nahi tha. If E is not 1, right, you've learned in center of mass to what height it would rebound. H height से गिराओगे तो I think E square H height तक वापस rise करेगा. So it will not rebound to the same height. The motion will definitely not be periodic. Times will also be different. Eventually it will stop as well. What about SHM? So oscillation, ha. Harmonic motion, ha. This is the problem with SHM. It's not an SHM. Okay. So don't get excited and just say something's going to be an SHM. Think carefully. SHM के लिए बहुत सारे criteria था. But one basic criteria was कि acceleration should be directed towards some fixed point, and acceleration should be proportional to distance from that point. Now some of you are saying the fixed point isn't on the line. I don't know about that. I know कि while it's in the air, acceleration is downward. While it's colliding with the floor, acceleration is vertically upward for that brief instant during the collision. But my voice is cracking. Is it cracking? Check. 1, 2, 3. Check. No. Okay. So I'm getting a resounding no. Just check your internet. Okay. Okay. So इसमें क्या है? Acceleration हमें पता है constant है. When it's in the air, it's constant. Now constant है, that cannot categorize an SHM's equation, because SHM बोलता है कि acceleration should vary with distance from some fixed point on the line. मतलब ऐसा ऊपर नीचे जाते वक्त acceleration तो change होना चाहिए था, है ना? It's either moving away from that point or towards that point. But यहाँ पे क्या है? Acceleration throughout constant है. That is not going to be seen in an SHM. Acceleration is not changing with distance. It's just fixed. It's throughout G, and some of you may have missed this. During the collision, it's in fact a very large value in the upward direction, because when the ball collides with the floor, you get a sudden impulsive force in the upward direction. So practically it will be a large number, and ideally if you say कि collision takes place in almost zero time, acceleration is almost infinite in the upward direction. Either way, this does not categorize the definition of does not meet the criteria of an SHM. Okay, so it's not proportional to distance from any point. That's why it's not going to be an SHM, because acceleration is not proportional to distance. One of you saying, sir, if the floor, yeah, so one of you saying, if the floor was not elastic, would this be SHM? Absolutely not, because acceleration has to be varying as the particle moves. Based on what I described, as the particle moves, acceleration should change as it moves away from that fixed point. FP matlab fixed point. As it moves away from that point or towards that point, acceleration change hona chahiye motion ke dauran. You cannot observe the acceleration to be constant. Okay? And moreover, agar floor elastic nahi hota, तो मोशन हार्मोनिक भी नहीं होता. And if it's not harmonic, it's not simple harmonic. For the motion to be simple harmonic, it has to be it has to be an oscillation, and it has to be periodic. Because वो नाम में ही है ना, simple harmonic motion is a type of harmonic motion. अगर motion harmonic है ही नहीं तो simple harmonic motion होगा ही नहीं. Okay? So if it's not HM, it's not SHM. How do we check if it's proportional to distance from a point? We'll see when we can, when it will be proportional. But फिलहाल तो है ही नहीं ना. There's no constant. Because see, G downward है, मतलब लग रहा है कि point कहीं ना acceleration is pointing towards some point, है ना? It says acceleration should point towards a fixed point. So let's say fixed point कहीं ना कहीं तो नीचे है, because acceleration always seems to be pointing downward. But unfortunately क्या है? It's not seeming to vary with distance from that point. हमेशा constant है. Therefore, is definitely not an SHM. Constant है, vary नहीं कर रहा है. Okay, cool. Crazy ball HM होगा. Yes, अगर E1 है तो ideally if E कभी 1 नहीं होता है, but अगर 1 होगा, if there's no air resistance, it keeps bouncing back to the same height, then yes, it would be HM. In reality, because of air resistance, you don't have the ball the ball eventually will lose energy from a practical point of view. But yes, if it's in vacuum, and which is anyways what we assume, and if the floor is perfectly elastic, then yes, it will rebound to the same height. Okay. Rugved still it won't be an SHM. Okay, and any last doubts in this? How is A equal to infinity, guys? ये सब आना चाहिए. Okay, why is A infinity? What is the change in velocity? There is a sudden change in velocity during that collision. So change in velocity is 2v upwards. And we are assuming that time taken is almost zero or tending to zero. Right? We assume ki if we assume time taken is zero during the collision, then acceleration comes out to be infinite. And if you assume time taken is small, acceleration comes out to be large. Practically speaking, collision takes some small finite time. So acceleration is a large finite number. हाँ, and last, okay, if E is not 1, oscillation फिर भी होगा. ऐसा motion को oscillation फिर भी बोलेंगे. Of course, आगे पीछे जाना मतलब oscillation. उतना ही है oscillation का definition. ठीक है? आगे पीछे जाना. So if it's, if E is not 1, and ऐसा bounce होके रुक रहा है, then it will be an oscillation. Unless E is 0. If E is 0 और नीचे जाके चिटक रहा है, तो फिर there's no, बस आगे गया, वो वापस लौटा नहीं, एक भी बार लौटा नहीं, so then we can't call this an oscillation. If E is 0, you can't call it an oscillation. In every other case, it will definitely be an oscillation. Okay, cool. Okay, next question. Next question, even before I go there, it's uniform circular motion. Okay, so those who are done, you can think about that. Uniform circular motion किस category में आएगा? Uniform circular motion, which means circular motion with constant omega, constant angular velocity. किस category में आएगा? Yes, Ayush. Think. A lot of answers are coming in, so I'm sorry if I'm not able to individually point out किसका सही है, किसका गलत है. But it's good to see the participation from everyone. I think whenever a new chapter starts, everyone is filled with new hope कि चलो इस बार ये वाला अच्छे से करेंगे. There's always a lot of participation in the beginning of a chapter. Why not? I mean, you can look at this as a new start. Oscillation का definition है आगे पीछे जाना. Harmonic motion का definition है periodic होना. SHM का लंबा खासा definition है. Okay, so All right, some are saying none of them, some are saying all of them. Let's figure out. एक minute. Yes, Ayush, that's right. Ayush, that's right. But that's not what I'm talking about over here. ठीक है? वो point जो तो बोल रहे हो सही है, वो देखेंगे आगे इस chapter में. ठीक है? But that's not what I'm talking about over here. अब right now I'm saying ये जो है सामने जो है, what is it? So the answer is it's only harmonic. Great. All those who got this right, good job. It's only harmonic. Why is it not an oscillation? Because आगे पीछे का बात है ही नहीं. है ना? There's no reversal in direction. एक ही sense में जा रहा है. It's never stopping and turning around. So we wouldn't call this an oscillation. There's no to and fro type. Okay. It is definitely harmonic. We know कि time period होता है 2 pi by omega. It repeats itself every 2 pi by omega seconds. Uniform circular motion harmonic होगा. Non-uniform तो harmonic obviously होगा ही नहीं, because it keeps, है ना, time will keep changing if the particle is speeding up or slowing down. But if it's uniform, it's definitely harmonic. Why is it not simple harmonic? First and foremost, if it is not an oscillation, it cannot be simple harmonic. उधर ही ये fail हो गया. But let's break this down a little bit more. Many reasons is not an SHM. When you understand that, you will really understand the definition of an SHM. Okay, first and foremost is not a straight line. Now, if you see, I have in the previous page I wrote the heading as linear SHM. That's because there is another term called as angular SHM, जो हम बाद में पढ़ेंगे. Angular SHM के लिए अब बस इतना बोलता हूँ कि अगर तुम्हें linear SHM समझ में आ गया, then angular SHM भी आ जाएगा. You don't have to convert, you don't have to apply a lot of effort to convert that knowledge. But either way, I'm not giving you any question right now related to angular SHM. Okay. So when I'm talking about SHM over here, I'm just talking about linear SHM. जो पिछले पेज में हमने definition लिखा, वो है या नहीं, वो मेरा सवाल है. Angular SHM वैसे भी नहीं है, तुम बाद में सीखोगे. But why is this not a linear SHM? For many reasons. First reason, it's not a straight line. This is not a straight line. This is not motion along a straight line. And remember, I made you highlight that. It's not an oscillation also to begin with. Particle आगे पीछे motion हो ही नहीं रहा है. Then, more importantly, some of you may think, sir, acceleration is directed towards a fixed point. Always, that's true. But is it a fixed point on the line? It's not a fixed point on the line. Okay. It's not a fixed point on the line. So it's not even, so for all those reasons, it's not an SHM. It's not an SHM. Its acceleration seems like it's directed towards a point. Some of you may say कि अरे it's omega square r के कारण it seems like it's going to vary with distance. Either way, in this motion, it's not along a line. It's not to and fro. Acceleration is not directed towards a fixed point on the line. It can't be a fixed point elsewhere. It has to be directed towards a fixed point on the line. Only then it will be called as a linear SHM. Okay. Okay. One of you said, sir, then is this an angular SHM? Answer is no. It's not an angular SHM either. उसमें भी मतलब to and fro sense नहीं. तो angular SHM बाद में जब जरूरत है तब सीखेंगे. But it's not even that. Yeah? You don't know what that is yet, so don't worry about it. But it's not even that. It's not even an angular SHM. There is no to and fro rotation. Okay. Linear SHM in simple words is when ये ऐसा आगे पीछे जाता है ना. तो linear SHM में वैसा दिखेगा. Angular SHM में कोई तो चीज ऐसा clockwise, anti-clockwise ऐसा घूमते जाएगा. Clockwise, anti-clockwise घूमते जाएगा. It's like something which has a spring attached to it and it doesn't want to turn. उसको तुम घुमा के release करोगे तो ऐसा आगे पीछे घूमेगा वैसा. ठीक है? So that would be an angular SHM. या pendulum का motion भी angular SHM बोल सकते हैं. क्यों बोल सकते हैं वो आगे prove करना पड़ेगा. ठीक है? So we'll prove all of that in due time. Okay? But I hope you're clear why this was not an SHM. Okay. Pendulum, it is an SHM, both linear and angular. But ये थोड़ा बाद में, once we work out the math, then I will prove to you how it's both a linear SHM and an angular SHM. वो तुम्हें अभी फिलहाल दिखेगा नहीं, but we'll prove that in due time. Okay. All right. So I think, yeah. So based on this, I just want to ask, if I just want to clarify, if a body is performing SHM, it has to be performing HM and oscillation. All SHMs are HMs. All SHMs are oscillations, but not the converse is not true. Okay? All SHMs are HMs. All SHMs are oscillations. SHM is a special type of harmonic motion, a special type of oscillation. Okay. This page proves that all harmonic motions are not necessarily oscillations. Harmonic motion and oscillation are two independent concepts. So all harmonic motions need not be oscillations. Similarly, will all oscillations be harmonic motions? Will all oscillations necessarily be harmonic? No. And I hope we can think of some counter examples for that. Yeah, like in the previous question where the first example I gave, where if E is less than 1, है ना, and the particle ऐसा कर करके रुक जाता है, oscillation है, आगे पीछे जा रहा है, but harmonic कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है, repetitive pattern नहीं दिख रहा है, exact repetition नहीं दिख रहा है. Okay, so the oscillation and harmonic motion are independent terms. SHM is a special type of both oscillation as well as harmonic motion. Okay, now one last example that I want you to think of. Okay, okay. So ज़्यादा reveal हो रहा है इसमें. What about this motion? Okay, some of you may already know this, but what if I take a block and I attach that block to a spring? Okay, and I then stretch out the block by distance x. Okay, I stretch out the block from its mean position. I pull it towards the right, let's say by a distance x, and then I release the block. Ab iska, and there's no friction anywhere. Iska subsequent motion, SHM hoga, HM hoga, oscillation hoga. Think and answer. Work out the math and answer. थोड़ा अगर laws of अगर है ना FBD बना के अगर देखना, because we are talking about acceleration over here. You should be aware of the acceleration before you can comment SHM है या नहीं है. जैसे पिछले वक्त मैंने acceleration बोला, G है, infinite है, वो सब बोला था, है ना? I should be aware of the acceleration before I can comment SHM है या नहीं. Think. Okay. Good. Nice. Some of your answers are perfect. Yeah. Okay, good. So let's see. The answer is, this is actually, finally, we are seeing an example where it really is an SHM. And you can, in fact, imagine this model to be a classic example of an SHM. A spring block system or block ka motion, the classic example of an SHM. Why? Let's prove it. Okay, let's see how it satisfies all the criteria for an SHM. Is it an oscillation? Definitely हमें पता है कि ये आगे पीछे जाएगा, बच्चा भी बताएगा. Okay. Is it periodic? We expect कि अगर friction नहीं है ना, we'll expect energy conservation से it'll go to the same distance on the other side, and we'll expect कि the motion should always come back to the same distance. So there's no friction, then by energy conservation it'll keep coming back to the same point, and then the story should keep repeating, right? So by symmetry, by logic, we can say कि it's definitely going to be harmonic, and mathematically आगे prove होगा why the motion is harmonic. Okay, why the motion repeats itself, वो prove भी कर सकते हैं आगे. But now one of the finer points for SHM was it should be oscillation about a straight line. Okay, the acceleration should be directed towards a fixed point, and indeed the acceleration is directed towards a fixed point, and that fixed point is your mean position. Mean position को मैंने क्या लिया है, जहाँ पे ब्लॉक इक्विलिब्रियम में है, जहाँ पे शांति से बैठेगा. When will that be? When this guy is at its natural length. So that position is the position is that fixed point for this block's SHM. If you see, if the block is on the right, the block experiences an acceleration towards the left, towards this point. If the block is towards the left of this point, the spring is compressed, it will push the block. The block will again experience an acceleration towards this point. All right, so wherever the block is, right mein hai, to it's towards this fixed point, left mein hai, to bhi it's towards the fixed point. So the acceleration is definitely towards this fixed point. The acceleration is also proportional to the distance from this point. How do I get that? I'll have to actually prove it. So if the block is x distance away from the mean position, the force on the block we know is kx. Yes, Sarthak. Force is kx, so acceleration is kx by mass. So acceleration is kx by mass. And there itself you see the acceleration is proportional to x. Acceleration का magnitude is proportional to x. तो block जितना दूर रहेगा उतना strong acceleration होगा. जब block mean position से pass करेगा, acceleration कितना होगा? When it passes through the mean position, fair enough. X को 0 डाल दोगे, so acceleration will be 0. When the spring is at its natural end, the block doesn't experience any force. So this is meeting all the criteria of our SHM. Okay, so acceleration is directed towards a fixed point. That point is on the line. That point is our mean position. Okay, it's on the line, and acceleration is proportional to distance. So it is an SHM, and because it is an SHM, it's also the other two. Okay, so this is the classic example. So iske aage, if you want to visualize an SHM, you can start by visualizing this model. The way you imagine the block would move, that would be an SHM. Okay, now that said, we'll mathematically derive some equations. Now we'll work out the math. Okay, so starting by this definition, we'll work out the math and see how x will vary with time, velocity will vary with time, and so on. Yes, so one of you saying, sir, in acceleration, sir, in SHM, the acceleration is always in the opposite direction of the displacement. Absolutely. Displacement from what though? Displacement from your mean position. So mean position से block को तुम जितना भी displace करोगे, acceleration उसके opposite हमेशा होगा. It will ऐसा समझो, acceleration will always try to bring the block back to the mean position. Is always going to be such that the block is, in a way, try to, and it's always going to be in such a direction. He's going to try and bring the block back to the mean position. So the block is here. Displacement was towards the left of the mean position, so acceleration will be towards the right. So always trying to bring it back, which we know a spring anyways does with a block. So always tries to bring the block back to its natural length wala position. Okay, done copying this page. Any doubts? Ready for the math? Okay. All right. Jaldi. Okay. The one who said wait. Okay, so when I shift to a page, you can start writing. Don't stare and then write at the end. Okay? So especially on this page, since I have quite a bit. So we are now going to work out the equation of an SHM. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a particle जो उसके mean position, okay, mean position is where it's that fixed point जहाँ पे अगर तुम fixed उसी point पे particle को रखोगे तो acceleration zero होगा, मतलब शांति से बैठेगा. So that point is going to be called as a mean position. And let's say, abhi imagine the spring block system. Imagine the block is at its natural length, and that position of the block को मैं x equal to 0 ले रहा हूँ, वहाँ पे origin ले रहा हूँ, ठीक है. अब वहां से अगर मैंने ब्लॉक को x कोऑर्डिनेट तक लिया, कोई x कोऑर्डिनेट तक लिया, मतलब उसको एक डिस्प्लेसमेंट दिया x का, तो block will experience an acceleration in the opposite direction as we just discussed. Now, I hope you can all see that in this context, if x is positive, my acceleration is going to be negative. Okay, right? If x is positive, if the particle is on the positive x coordinate, it experiences an acceleration along the negative direction. So a, यानी कि acceleration का x component negative होगा, है ना? A will be negative. Convinced? And if x itself is negative, a will be positive. Everyone is convinced about that? Particle इधर होगा तो will experience a positive acceleration. मतलब acceleration will be towards positive x. So if x is negative, a is positive. If x is positive, a is negative. That means a and x have opposite signs. A and x have opposite signs, and a is proportional to, मतलब magnitude of a is proportional to magnitude of x. Magnitude of a is proportional to magnitude of x. All right. So whenever a is proportional to x, we can in a way say कि a is some constant to x. ये मानते हो? If acceleration the magnitude is proportional to x, we can say acceleration is some constant into x. But we know that constant has to be a negative number. So mathematically, a sure short way of writing a negative number is to always write minus कोई तो चीज का square. Agreed? This is a sure short way of writing a negative number. Minus कोई real number का square. हमेशा negative ही होगा, है ना? तो यहाँ पे हम क्या करेंगे? Acceleration had to be some constant into x. Acceleration had to be some negative constant into x. Negative constant को कैसे लिखते हैं? Minus कोई number का square. तो मैं क्या लिख रहा हूँ? यहाँ पे हम लिखेंगे minus omega का square. So omega square is what? Omega square is some positive constant. Omega is some constant. ठीक है? Minus omega square automatically negative हो जाता है. It means the fact कि acceleration को x के opposite होना चाहिए था, and acceleration को x के proportional होना चाहिए था. दोनों criteria meet करता है. Okay? हाँ, एक मिनट. तो this omega has nothing to do with, has no direct relation with angular velocity. Okay, this is just omega. Okay, so don't get confused. Don't look at this as the omega of circular motion. ये omega का क्या significance है आगे देखेंगे. Once the math unravels, we'll see इसका क्या significance है. Okay. Yes, they should have used maybe a different constant. Okay, but yeah. दूसरा क्या doubt है? So we could take modulus also. Yeah, you could take mod, but I think a square is more meaningful because mod is not a clear-cut function. Mod is a complex function. I hope you know that. Mod is a conditional function. Mod is x if x is positive. Mod is negative x if x is negative. So mod is it's good for representation, but then mathematically, you know, it's not always fun to work with. So I think minus omega square made more sense. Now omega square is some positive constant. ये है अपना acceleration. Force is ma. Yes, Shivang, exactly. Now force is ma. So force is naturally minus m omega square x. ये है force. But we also know that the force can always be written as minus k into x. ये जो भी m omega square है, I can represent that as k. And k can be similar to the spring constant. Now SHM तो और भी scenario में होगा. You need not always have a spring for it. बट डू यू अग्री कि अगर एक्सेलरेशन x के प्रोपोर्शनल होगा तो फोर्स हमेशा x के प्रोपोर्शनल होगा एंड ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में होगा, तो फोर्स हैज टू आल्सो बी सम नेगेटिव कांस्टेंट इनटू x, है ना? सो दैट कांस्टेंट is over here represented by the symbol K. And because a simple example of SHM is your spring and block system, है ना, where you also get to see this result and where K actually means spring constant, हम फिलहाल इसको spring constant वाला नाम दे देंगे. तो K is like the spring constant for that SHM. ठीक है? हाँ, तो आगे we'll see. अब आगे केस में जैसे you'll see in different SHMs, जैसे कुछ और नंबर आ गया यहाँ पे, कुछ और टर्म आ गया. So whatever is B, if you see something like this, will this be an SHM? F is something minus mg by Lx. It will be an SHM. And what is behaving like the spring constant? This guy is behaving like the spring constant. mg by L, है ना? जो भी k के जगह. So if I see F is negative something into x, it looks like the motion of a spring, where mg by L looks like k. Okay. But let me not scare you at this moment. So फिलहाल मैंने बस क्या किया है, maths, we'll see examples of SHM later on. But फिलहाल क्या किया, ये m omega square को मैंने k बोल दिया, and I'm calling k as like the k is like your spring constant, okay? Which you should not have a problem with. Spring के केस में F is indeed minus kx. तो k is m omega square. k और omega के बीच में एक relation है. k is m omega square. उसी को ऐसा भी लिख सकते हो, ओमेगा इज रूट के बाय एम. के एम ओमेगा ऑल आर पॉजिटिव कांस्टेंट्स. के एम ओमेगा ऑल आर पॉजिटिव कांस्टेंट्स एज इज एविडेंट बाय these equations. They are all positive. ठीक है? Alright, I have boxed them because ये काफी important होगा बाद में भी. So these are important equations that you have to remember. Omega is root k by m. कोई भी एक फॉर्म में याद कर लो. Now we're proceeding. ठीक है? I have introduced some constants. Now let's solve this. So you'll be disappointed because I won't actually solve this. देखो क्या करूंगा. Acceleration is d square x by dt square. Okay. So this equation that I have over here is what we call as a differential equation. You're going to learn differential equation in maths ka calculus. But even over there, you will not learn everything under the sun in differential equations. Differential equation is a vast category of maths. Again, it can get quite complex as well. It's a vast category of maths. Differential equation is an equation where you have these kind of derivative terms. Finding a solution for that is solving the differential equation. What you have in your JEE maths syllabus is first order differential equations. Okay. Oh my goodness. Guys, W is not weight. Okay. W is some constant, mystery constant. W भी नहीं, ओमेगा है. Okay, ओमेगा है and वो उसका सिग्निफिकेंस क्या है आगे देखेंगे. एक बार ये सॉल्व हो जाएगा फिर इसका सिग्निफिकेंस समझ में आएगा. ओके, फिलहाल ओमेगा इज सम पॉजिटिव नंबर इज रूट के बाय एम, ऐसा सोचो. ठीक है, सम पॉजिटिव नंबर. अभी देखो यहाँ पे यू नॉर्मली, हाँ, तो एक्सेलरेशन तो डबल डेरिवेटिव है x का, इसलिए अपना इक्वेशन ऐसा दिख रहा है. ठीक है, अब नॉर्मली इन मैथ्स यू विल हैव फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन जहाँ पे ये पावर 2 नहीं रहेगा, सिंपल dx by dt रहेगा, माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर x रहेगा, जो हमने वैसे भी फिजिक्स में सीखा है. whenever we see something like this, how do we solve it? We can separate the variables and integrate. That's how we solve it. ठीक है, now maths में you will learn a few more techniques, but all your study will be for first order differential equations. Second order differential equations, उनको solve करने का तरीका उतना आसान नहीं है. ठीक है, तो ये तुम आगे सीखोगे. I think in your first year of engineering or second year you will study under maths how to solve second order differential equations. And उसमें भी कैसे solve करते हैं, actually there are some standard types. जैसे equation ऐसा दिखा तो उसका एक solution है, इक्वेशन ऐसा दिखा तो उसका एक सोल्यूशन है. There will be standard types. Okay, that's how they'll solve. So यहाँ पे what you guys need to know now is equation, whenever you see an equation like this, उसका solution ऐसा होगा हमेशा. अब ये निकालते नहीं है, ये ऑब्जर्व करते हैं कि ये फंक्शन इसको सेटिस्फाई करता है. Only a sinusoidal function satisfies this equation. People could not think of another function which satisfies this equation. Alright, so that's how it works. A sinusoidal function satisfies this equation. Q, खुद से देख लो. उतना you can do. If I tell you a sin omega t plus delta, a क्या है? कोई तो constant. Omega अपना वही. और डेल्टा क्या है? एक और नया कांस्टेंट. मेरा बस क्लेम है कि ये चीज, ये फंक्शन इसका सॉल्यूशन है. दैट इज माय क्लेम. You can cross check that because you know how to differentiate. So let's differentiate and see whether that is indeed true. अगर x ये है तो x का डेरिवेटिव यानी कि वेलोसिटी क्या होगा? इसको डिफरेंशिएट करो विद रिस्पेक्ट टू टाइम, है ना. तो पहले तो a एज अ कांस्टेंट बाहर आएगा, फिर साइन ओमेगा टी का प्लस डेल्टा का डेरिवेटिव टी के जगह लेने, टी के रिस्पेक्ट में डायरेक्टली ले नहीं सकते, चेन रूल लगाना पड़ेगा. तो पहले ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा के रिस्पेक्ट में डिफरेंशिएट करो तो कॉस ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा आएगा. फिर अंदर वाले फंक्शन को टी के रिस्पेक्ट में डिफरेंशिएट करो तो ओमेगा आएगा. ठीक है. आई होप आई लॉस्ट नो वन ओवर देयर. सिंपल डिफरेंशिएशन किया विद चेन रूल. कन्विंस की dx by dt is a omega cos omega t plus delta. Everyone convinced about that? Okay. ये क्या है? dx by dt. d square x by dt square डबल डेरिवेटिव, वो क्या होगा? ठीक है. तो वो ऑफ कोर्स एक्सेलरेशन है, बट ये फंक्शन का डबल डेरिवेटिव क्या होगा? तो अगेन लुक एट दिस. a ओमेगा वाला कांस्टेंट मैं इधर साइड में लिख रहा हूँ. ठीक है. a ओमेगा को साइड में लिखा है. cos ओमेगा t प्लस डेल्टा को डिफरेंशिएट करने जाओगे तो पहले अगेन चेन रूल से माइनस साइन ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा आएगा, और फिर अंदर वाला ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा को डिफरेंशिएट करने जाओगे चेन रूल तो एक एक्स्ट्रा ओमेगा आएगा. तो एक्स्ट्रा ओमेगा के कारण यहाँ पे स्क्वायर आ गया. सो यू कैन क्लियरली सी कि डी स्क्वायर एक्स बाई डी टी स्क्वायर इज माइनस ए ओमेगा स्क्वायर साइन ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा, and you can see this a sin omega t plus delta term over here as well. So if you substitute sin omega t plus delta into a as x, if you substitute that, what are we getting? We are hereby proving कि अगर ये true है तो d square x by dt square minus omega square x है. So I've just proved कि ये तो for sure इसका solution है. ये तो for sure इसका solution. Delta is a constant. Okay, delta is a constant, a is a constant, omega is a constant. An equation of the type I have highlighted that satisfies this differential equation. Okay, now that's maths. Okay, you'll इसको और detail में बाद में सीखोगे, but elsewhere in physics as well, because we are showing this to you now, elsewhere in physics, ऐसा हो सकता है कि you will come across an equation like this and the question will expect you to use this solution. So wherever you see an equation like this, d square x by dt square is minus omega square x, some negative constant into x, उसका solution हमेशा sinusoidal होगा. Okay. Now, some of you are asking, sir, can it be cos as well? Okay, can it be cos as well? Absolutely. Okay, if delta is pi by 2, if delta is pi by 2, sin omega t plus pi by 2 becomes cos omega t. So it can look like a, this represents everything. This represents, हाँ, एक मिनट, हाँ. So this, इसमें डेल्टा को 0 डाल दो तो a sin ओमेगा t दिखेगा. अगर डेल्टा को पाई बाई 2 डालोगे तो cos भी दिखेगा. The function would look like this. सोचो ना, what is sin something plus pi by 2? Sin something plus pi by 2 is cos something. Sin omega t plus pi by 2 is cos omega t. So this function can look like cos theta as well. can look like a sine theta, it can look like a cos theta, and we'll spend more time on the math a little later. We can show ki it will look like, it can look like something sine theta plus something cos theta also. Okay? So we'll play around with that function a little later, but फिलहाल है ना, we'll take smaller steps, baby steps. फिलहाल यहाँ पे मैं बता रहा हूँ कि ये इसका solution है, वो तुम्हें समझ में आ रहा है क्या? Can you see कि if I take this as x and I differentiate that twice, I get कि my double derivative is x times minus omega square. Double derivative is original function times minus omega square. इसमें क्या होता है, sin omega t plus delta ऐसा फंक्शन है कि उसको डिफरेंशिएट कर, जितने बार डिफरेंशिएट करोगे उतने बार ओमेगा बार आएगा चेन रूल के कारण. तो 2 बार डिफरेंशिएट किया इसलिए 2 बार ओमेगा बार आया, ओमेगा स्क्वायर आ गया. और दूसरी बात यह है कि साइन को एनीवेज 2 बार डिफरेंशिएट करते वक्त माइनस साइन आता है. साइन थीटा का डेरिवेटिव इज कॉस थीटा, कॉस थीटा का डेरिवेटिव इज माइनस साइन थीटा. तो साइन को 2 बार डिफरेंशिएट करके माइनस साइन आता है. So it's a combination of those two, which a little observation made people realize that this has to be the solution for this function. Okay. Any other doubt? One of you asked dx by dt. Simple rules of differentiation here. You have forgotten. You may need to revise. A stays as it is as a constant. Sin omega t. Maybe I'll just expand that if you're wondering kya hua hai. I have applied chain rule. I wanted to differentiate with respect to t. Okay. ये देखो, I wanted to differentiate with respect to t. But क्या है, यहाँ पे ऊपर नीचे वेरिएबल मैच नहीं हो रहा है. ऊपर कुछ तो ओमेगा t plus delta है, नीचे t है. For the rule to apply, whatever formula you know, for that formula to apply, these variables must match. तो मैंने नीचे ओमेगा t plus delta डाल दिया, वापस ऊपर ओमेगा t plus delta डाल दिया. This is chain rule. I'm scribbling because I'm expecting you actually know this. और नीचे dt डाल दिया. तो sin d sin theta by d theta is cos theta. D sin anything by d anything is cos anything. D sin omega t plus delta by d omega t plus delta is cos omega t plus delta. वहां से आ रहा है cos. फिर इसका डेरिवेटिव ओमेगा, ओमेगा t plus delta. डेल्टा कांस्टेंट है, hence डेल्टा गायब हो गया डिफरेंशिएशन में. ओमेगा t का डेरिवेटिव इज ओमेगा. Okay. So if I've gone a little fast with the differentiation, please cross check at home. Always cross check all these things. You want to be convinced yourself. Physics shouldn't look like just a bunch of numbers and alphabets appearing here and there on either side of an equal to sign. It should make sense. Yeah. I gave you some rationale into how smart people figured out कि a sine function should satisfy this equation. But एक बार आंसर है, आंसर को तो चेक तो कर सकते हैं. इसको डिफरेंशिएट करके चेक किया, अरे सैटिस्फाई हुआ, तो सही है, गलत नहीं है. दिस इज द सॉल्यूशन. दिस इज द सॉल्यूशन फॉर दिस इक्वेशन. ओके. एनी डाउट्स? हो गया डाउट क्लियर? अब समझेंगे ए का मतलब क्या है, ओमेगा डेल्टा इन सब का मतलब क्या है वो समझेंगे. ओके. But this I want you to remember. ठीक है. Always when you see an equation like this, आगे के chapters में जरूरत पड़ेगा. You see an equation like this, remember this is the solution for that equation. A sine constant into t plus some other constant. Okay. These constants, one of you say these constants are chosen arbitrarily. Okay. These constants are, the only significant constant over here is this omega. जो तुम्हें बार लाना है ना, जिसका स्क्वायर बार लाना है, वो इधर t के सामने होना चाहिए. बाकी इसको कुछ भी नाम दे सकते थे, है ना. इट कुड बी गामा साइन ओमेगा t प्लस b, कुछ भी नाम दे सकते थे. वो ओमेगा इंपॉर्टेंट था. डिफरेंशिएट करते वक्त तुम्हें दिख रहा है कि वो ओमेगा स्क्वायर होके बाहर आ रहा है. पर ओमेगा वाज इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके. We have gone with A and delta, and we'll see what A and delta mean. Okay, is that fair enough? Clear, Vatak? Okay, so I'm going to repeat these results now. हाँ सार्थक, that's true. Okay, so I'm just repeating now these results. Okay, so this result now, what is fundamental of what we have derived? We now finally are understanding a relation between x and time. ये equation से क्या पता चलता है? क्या पता चलता है? What is x oscillating between? What does x oscillate between? B/W मतलब between. हाँ, तो x is oscillating between a and minus a. Okay, so suddenly we know कि पार्टिकल तो एक तो मीन पोजीशन पे था और कैसे तो भी मैक्स ए तक जा रहा है और एकदम पीछे माइनस ए तक आ रहा है. सो सडनली वी हैव एन अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ पार्टिकल ऑसिलेट कैसे कर रहा है ना. मीन पोजीशन पे, मीन पोजीशन के अबाउट ऑसिलेट करता है, बट कहाँ से कहाँ? माइनस ए से ए तक. सो वट एवर बी द मोशन ऑफ द पार्टिकल, इट्स गोइंग टू लुक समवॉट लाइक दिस. अच्छा, y माइनस ए, कम ऑन, व्हाट दिस इज अ मैथ फंक्शन. ये इसका वैल्यू कहाँ से कहाँ हो सकता है? -1 से 1 ही हो सकता है ना. तो अकॉर्डिंगली x माइनस ए से a के बीच में ही जा सकता है. एंड साइन फंक्शन एक्चुअली कैसे वेरी करता है विथ दिस वेरिएबल, है ना. विथ टाइम दैट साइन फंक्शन is going to keep changing. It's going to go from 1 to 0 to -1, back to 0, back to 1, back to 0, back to -1, back to 0. So if I multiply that with a, पार्टिकल का मोशन कैसा रहेगा? ऐसे ही आगे पीछे जाएगा, 0 से a से 0, 0 से -a से 0. वही तो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे, ऑसिलेट करते जाएगा. When we picture the spring and the block, we are expecting something like this. So now a has some significance. A is something we can imagine, we can understand. A is going to be given a special name. You might have heard this name in school. Any guesses what the name is? Starts with A. Very nice. So this is called the amplitude of the motion. Okay, so amplitude, okay, represented by the symbol capital A. Okay, so amplitude, as seen in that equation, is the maximum displacement of a particle from the mean position. Okay, is called as the amplitude. Okay, so the maximum displacement of a particle from the mean position is called as the amplitude. And just in case I've not defined mean position earlier, I'll just write that. Mean position it is the position where acceleration is 0. Okay, so where a is 0, x is 0. So mean position पे a will be 0 and a will be 0 मतलब x will be 0. अभी कभी x तुमने गलत जगह पे ओरिजिन और किधर ले लिया तो, है ना, वो हो सकता है कभी ठीक से 0 ना दिखे, but at least there can be no doubt where acceleration is 0. That position of equilibrium where the body's acceleration would be 0, that is the mean position, and this is what you will take as x equal to 0. Take this point always as x equal to 0. ताकि इक्वेशन भी अच्छा खासा दिखे ना. Should I be saying this? No, I'll skip this. Let me keep it this way. There's a position where acceleration is 0. Okay. Any doubts over here? So now we have an understanding of x कैसे vary कर रहा है. Similarly, v varies between v varies from what value to what value? V का range क्या दिख रहा है? Remember, v is yes, Prithvi. Filal, in this case, x equal to 0 is our mean position. We'll see more cases later on. But फिलहाल x equal to a sin omega t plus delta में है ना x equal to 0 is the mean position. So v varies from a omega to minus omega. Very nice. Because v का equation ये भी याद कर लो हर बार differentiate है ना. In fact, differentiation quickly अभी मन में होना चाहिए. You should do this a couple of times. Keep differentiating that equation and be convinced how sine becomes cos and how 1 omega comes out. ठीक है, 1 ओमेगा बाहर आ जाता है. सो v, इफ यू लुक एट दिस इक्वेशन, cos का वापस रेंज होता है -1 से 1, उसके बीच में नाचेगा cos. तो अकॉर्डिंगली v भी माइनस ए ओमेगा और ओमेगा ए ओमेगा के बीच में वेरी करेगा. तो v वेरीज फ्रॉम माइनस ए ओमेगा टू ए ओमेगा. दैट इज द रेंज ऑफ v, माइनस ए ओमेगा टू ए ओमेगा. एंड व्हाट अबाउट एक्सेलरेशन? Again, so when you differentiate this, you should see cos becoming minus sine, and you should see that omega square appearing. In fact, it's basically minus omega square into whatever this is. That's the basic starting point. So ये है अपना acceleration. So acceleration varies from, yes, again same story. Sine will vary between 1 and -1. Accordingly, acceleration will vary from minus a omega square to a omega square. Just writing the max and the minimum value. Also bear in mind, minus a omega and a omega mean the same speed, but they mean opposite directions. When I say velocity is minus a omega and velocity is a omega, I'm talking about the same speed, but I'm talking about opposite directions. Now, in a bit, we'll understand कब क्या होता है ना, ये velocity कैसे change होता है, कब कैसे during the motion of this particle, how its velocity and acceleration changes. We'll get into a little bit more depth and we'll try to understand that. Let me know if you have any doubts so far. So one term done, amplitude. Okay, I hope that's clear. Yes, Shivank, yes. Yes, indeed. Class is till 9. So 15 more minutes. Next 15 minutes are quite important. So I want you to be there, pay close attention. अच्छे से समझ में आएगा क्या हो रहा है SHM में. What is delta? Delta again. Let's just hold on to that. Slowly we'll unravel terms. Okay. जल्दी लिखो. क्या लिखते हैं? Okay. Now, very new and very important, a new and very important physical quantity that we're going to see is phase. All right. So phase, we'll represent phase with the symbol theta. Okay. Theta. Okay. So there you go. Let's see how phase is defined. The quantity, that we just saw, omega t plus delta. Okay. So the quantity omega t plus delta, मतलब साइन के अंदर जो चीज था, okay, that is called as phase. So the quantity inside that sinusoidal function, that is called as phase. Okay. Now what this phase actually does is, it's a simple way of representing, it represents the status of the particle during the SHM. Okay. So it represents in a way where the particle is. It represents where the velocity is. Very soon, once you understand this quantity, the minute I say phase is pi by 2, you will immediately understand where the particle is, what its speed is, what its acceleration is, what its kinetic energy, potential energy, sub clear hoga. Okay. So you will be able to associate where the particle is in its SHM with this quantity. Okay. So the input of that sign function omega t plus delta is what we're going to take as phase. Okay. And phase ka units, come on, dimensionless nahi hai, सोचो. हाँ मतलब वैसे dimensionless है, but what are the units? Radians. Very nice. Okay, fair enough. Good. My bad. Dimensionless indeed है. Units is radians. ठीक है. It's basically an angle. It's an angle. Sine के अंदर जा रहा है, so it's an angle. All right. When, अब इसको समझ लेता है. When phase is 0. So let's see what phase represents. When phase is 0. Okay, when phase is 0. Phase is, by the way, omega t plus delta. Phase is omega t plus delta. Okay. Yes, Sarthak. Yes. Very nice. Okay. The first thing we'll try and understand is what happens when phase is 0. So when phase is 0, x, which is a sine omega t plus delta, which by the way can now always be written as a sine phase to make our life simple. Okay. Okay. So x is a sine phase. This becomes 0. Okay. So when phase is 0, when phase is 0, a sine 0, 0. So your x also becomes 0. So this tells me that the particle is at the mean position. Particle is at the mean position. Let's try to understand the velocity. Okay. Let's try to understand the velocity as well. Velocity aa jayega. Of course, you need to be now familiar with your basic trigonometry. Velocity, to cos 0, when omega t plus delta 0, cos 0 is 1. So velocity aa jayega a omega. And similarly, acceleration aa jayega minus a omega square sine 0. So acceleration फिर से आ जाएगा 0. So at this instant, particle is at the mean position, and this is going towards positive x. Is going towards positive x. Okay. That is when theta is 0. What happens when theta is pi by 2? Okay, so I'll now skip a few steps. When theta is pi by 2, what does x become? A sine pi by 2. Right? X is a sine theta, a sine pi by 2. So x is a. So this means particle is at the positive extreme. Particle is at the positive extreme. दो extreme है ना, एक plus a, एक minus a. So this is at positive extreme. Extreme मतलब end है ना, positive end. This is at the positive end. Velocity in this scenario, what is cos 90? Of course, cos 90 is 0. Was that expected कि particle जब extreme पे रहेगा, जब extreme पे रहेगा वहां पे velocity 0 होगा? Expected था है ना, because रुक के लौटना है ना, it has to stop going ahead and it has to start moving behind. Velocity positive से negative हो रहा है, of course velocity 0 होना चाहिए. It has to stop and return. Fair enough. So that was expected. Okay. Good. And acceleration हो जाएगा तो minus a omega square sin 90. So definitely अपना acceleration हो जाएगा minus a omega square. In fact, this is the largest negative acceleration. If you remember, I had said acceleration minus a omega square or plus a omega square के बीच में vary करता है. This is the largest negative acceleration because particle is the furthest away from its mean position. It's desperate to come back, right? It's desperate to come back. All right, so we'll make that diagram as well. You can of course now see what the other values are going to be. This is x, by the way, positive x. When phase becomes pi, you can see what that will give you. When phase becomes 3 pi by 2, you can see what that will give you. So I'll maybe should I continue on the same page? Let's try to fit it away. Okay, when phase is pi, you can maybe make the diagram on the next page. When theta is pi, अब skip करेंगे थोड़ा, directly लिखेंगे. When theta is pi, we know x back to mean a sine pi is 0. So x is 0. The sine 180 is 0. Velocity क्या हो जाएगा? Negative, yes. A omega cos pi. Cos pi is minus 1. So it's going to be minus a omega. Okay. And by the way, these are the equations I'm using. So with phase, you can now write x as a sine theta, a sine phase. Velocity can be written as a omega cos phase. It's the same equation we saw before. बस जो अंदर वो गंदा सा टर्म रहता है ना, ओमेगा टी प्लस डेल्टा, उसको मैंने थीटा से रिप्लेस किया है. Make our life a little easy. Okay, and this is minus a omega square sine phase. Okay, so I'm taking you through different values of theta, different values of phase. So v becomes minus a omega and acceleration becomes again 0 because sine of pi is 0. So acceleration is again 0. So this represents again mean position, but now this represents mean position and going towards the left, going towards negative extreme. Mean position going towards minus x. है ना, तो जब पार्टिकल पॉजिटिव x की तरफ जा रहा है, दैट इज फेज 0. जब पार्टिकल यहाँ पे पहुंच गया, दैट्स फेज पाई बाय 2. जब पार्टिकल इस डायरेक्शन में जा रहा है, दैट्स फेज पाई. व्हाट इज दिस वन गोइंग टू रिप्रेजेंट? जब पार्टिकल नेगेटिव एक्सट्रीम पे है, ये लास्ट point and then we'll call it a day after that. Last point, when phase is 3 pi by 2 okay. X is going to be last one. So sine 3 pi by 2 is either 3 pi by 2 डाल दो, sine 3 pi by 2 is -1. X is minus a, it's at the negative extreme, है ना? Velocity is a omega cos 3 pi by 2, cos 270, cos 270 0 होता है, हाँ? So you might, if you're struggling with that, you might want to brush up on sine and cos at least इनके values all across for all values of x. You'd want to be comfortable with that. Acute, obtuse, negative, you'd want to be comfortable with all of that. Okay. So yeah, Shivank, I'll just explain that. And acceleration is equation से आ जाएगा. Of course, sine theta itself is negative, so acceleration हो जाएगा positive a omega square. So phase of 3 pi by 2 then represents when the particle is at the negative extreme. So now phase, अब phase है क्या? This is actually the input of the sine function. ये sine function के अंदर जो चीज है उसको मैंने नाम दिया है phase. Why are we making a big deal of this as a physical quantity? Because by describing phase, you will now henceforth completely understand where the particle is, what it is doing. Okay, so we'll brush that up in the next class. When I say phase is 0, you will be able to understand particle mean position पे positive x की तरफ जा रहा है. When I say phase is pi by 2, you'll be able to understand particle already positive extreme पे है. When I say phase is pi, you'll understand कि particle mean position पे है, left extreme तक जा रहा है. I've drawn this थोड़ा untidily because I'm going to draw that again in the next class. And when I say phase is 270 degrees, you'll understand अरे particle minus a पे है. तो ऐसा एक उसके मोशन के दौरान, एक ऑसिलेशन के दौरान phase changes from 0 to 360 degrees, 0 to 2 pi. And it helps us, in a way, then it helps us represent where the particle is at a given point of time. We don't need to draw this diagram. I've made it quite messy. I'll draw a nice diagram in the next class. Some of you are really tired, so we'll call it a day. That doesn't look like a T at all. Okay. But यहाँ तक समझ में आया? We are done. Did you get the gist of what we are trying to achieve by talking about phase? Huh? Okay. Cool. All right, so we'll work with this a little bit more in the next class. Bye. Good evening. Good night. Bye. Yes, you can leave. You can leave. Bye. Good night. Good night. Yes, I'll upload the notes and I'll upload the notes. I may change this symbol of phase to phi. Yes, and I'll just post that in your group because I think theta may clash with something else we'll do in this chapter. So I may change the phase to phi. I'll let you know. Okay, so I'll make those changes and I'll upload that. And I'll tell this in the next class as well. Yes, of course. ये done नहीं है. Next class में revise करेंगे phase को और depth में समझना है. ठीक है? चलो bye.